Welcome to my channel, Crafting a Country Life. I'm coming on today to share a very quick studio reorganization tour. And after a lot of thought and effort, last weekend I spent my Columbus Day weekend in my craft room reorganizing and storing a lot of my paper crafting supplies. This craft room is not what I would call a beautiful craft room. This is a functional space. It is a small space, but I think that I've managed to store things in a way that is efficient for me to work in for now, and given the constraints of this particular room, I think it's going to work pretty well for now. And you can see it's jammed full. Not only am I an elementary art teacher, but I'm a fiber artist and a mixed media artist as well by training. And so I have a lot of different supplies for different kinds of craft projects. This chest over here used to hold my ribbons and some other smaller craft supplies, my die cuts and other things. And I emptied it out and reorganized. Sorry, my camera's shaking a little bit. The drawers in here to hold things in a way that made more sense for me. I sorted through the paper craft punches that I had, and I organized them by type in the top drawer. The way I had them stored before, they were all in plastic containers stacked up on the other side of my craft room. There's my drafting table over there. That's where I do my planning. It's the only flat surface that, well, is somewhat open at the moment. I have a lot of paper crafting projects for Halloween going on just now, so my table is pretty full with items for that. But I had the punches stored over here by the window in plastic containers, and it was just a lot of work trying to find the one that I wanted when I was looking. I'd have to unstack all of the tubs and go through them and stack them back up every time I wanted something, so that was not working for me. So that was one piece of the equation. Over here I've got different types of crepe paper, napkins, a little bit of wrapping paper. There are containers on the very bottom, little plastic and glass containers to put sequin mixes and embellishment boxes and that sort of thing. Bags in the lower, the second two on top of the bottom one. And also some different types of tulle and netting rolls in that stack. This corner over here is my sewing and art quilting shelf. And I've got a lot of ribbons and fabrics, different kinds of felt pieces, interfacings and other things. Some of the sewing tools that I need on a regular basis are also there, threads and patterns and different things. This table holds my new Bernina 790 Plus special edition, which I absolutely love. I'm still learning how to use it. But I really love it, and feel very blessed and fortunate to have it. I set a goal for myself and put my pennies aside for a while, and then eventually was able to get this. And this was the last large piece of equipment that I needed to outfit my studio with before I retire in a couple of years. So I think I'm all set to go with my little business once I retire from teaching. I have an Ovation overlock serger over there under that cloth and plastic. And I just have the fabric on the end of it so that when the sun shines in, it doesn't discolor the plastic parts of the machine. Over on this side, currently I have my Cricut machine, which I need to learn how to use. So that's on the list. Underneath that, there are drawers and little divided boxes filled with charms and small embellishments, and the lower wooden boxes have paper flowers in them for the most part, and a few floral bits. There's also some solid colored cardstock down in between there as well. over in this corner, which needs a little bit more work. I'm not quite finished organizing and cleaning up over here. I have some items that I need to resell or get rid of. This bag right here is my travel art quilting bag. I take that with me when we go camping, and it's filled with you know, patterns and scissors and a tiny little iron and you know, cutting mats and things like that that are on small scale so that I can play in the camper when we go for our vacations. Okay, and then over on this side, this area of the underneath of my work table has a little bit more cleaning out to be done. I'm not quite finished there, but most of what's under there at the moment is my solid colored cardstocks of different weights. I've got a sewing box there that I'm going to be giving to my daughter shortly. And this is my Rascog cart. That needs to be cleaned out as well. I haven't gotten quite that far yet, so hopefully next weekend I'll have a chance to go through that again. And on the top of my work table, I have most of my cutting and drawing tools. A lot of little supplies on here as well, little clips and rubber bands, paper clips, tape measures, things like that that I use on a regular basis. And what I did was I emptied a lot of my drawers and cupboards out and put most of the things that I had stored in them into separate tubs for each season or theme that I work on with my paper crafting, which seems to have really taken over this room quite a bit, so I'm trying to rein that in a little bit. But this particular tub is all Halloween embellishments and crafting supplies. I keep my papers in another room in some of those iris storage cases, and I've got them arranged by season as well. And then what I'm doing is I'm pulling out those paper pads that I would like to use for that season, and currently it's Halloween. And I'm putting those paper pads and, you know, coordinating stickers and things like that into one of these tall 12-inch wide baskets that I picked up at Hobby Lobby in the spring. And I've got a few of these baskets, and then what I'll do is I'll just, you know, put supplies in there for projects that I'm currently working on. And when I'm finished with that season, I'll pack these things away in their permanent living space and put away, you know, for example, the Halloween tub will go back into the storage room that I have these in. The tub on the bottom currently is just a tub full of ribbons that are all metallics and neutral colors. And I've got these tubs labeled in my attic so that it's easy for me to just pull out the tub that I need for that particular, you know, season or theme. I decided not to put my stickers into these boxes because I didn't want the heat from my attic destroying the adhesive on the back. So I'm keeping all of my stickers in drawers over here next to this old bureau. And they're down in the bottom in these plastic tubs, and they are labeled and organized by season. So the stickers are down in these drawers towards the back. So currently that seems to be working for me okay. I have a situation here. My husband and I own an 18th century home, and we've got some constraints in this building because from a preservation standpoint, you know, I don't want to be screwing in shelving and cabinets on these original plaster walls. So, you know, I've got a few little issues I have to work around. I think in an ideal world, if I had upper cabinets, of course, a lot of these things would be in the cabinets and out of sight. But for me and for this situation, this seems to be working at the moment. It is a little bit cluttered, but when I come in here, I can't even tell you how happy it makes me to look around and see all these wonderful supplies just waiting to be turned into really fun projects. So I'm loving this quite a bit. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing my craft room. And as I say, there's a little bit more to be done in here. I still got some things I want to put away. Everything on top of these drawer sets here needs to find a home. So I'm working on that. But I can tell you, I did start crafting in here, and I can't believe how much time having my materials stored in a separate place from my workspace has kind of helped to make my crafting go a little bit more efficiently. So I'm really happy with it so far. So hope you enjoy this, and I hope I'll see you back again sometime soon. Take care. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.